Okay, so this is going to be just a channeled message without any cards, without anything. And I actually think it's like it feels deeply personal. I just can't get rid of this song in my mind. It occasionally starts playing, and again, I am not listening to these songs or melodies. I'm not watching these movies that are containing these songs. It just randomly happens. And this one is so strong. It's just crazy. And I was thinking, like, what could it be? And it's a song from the movie Anastasia. Uh, and at first I was like, why the frig there's this like animated movie song? Um, it goes like,
dancing bears, painted wings, things I almost remember, and a song someone sings once upon a December.
and I was thinking, what is the meaning? Why am I getting this download? Why does it resonate this strongly? And I feel like super nostalgic, sentimental. I'm getting very uneasy, but in like a super nostalgic way. Like there's something I remember, but I don't remember, you know? And as I already mentioned, like this time period is like cracking open like a cold one. It's like cracking open this sort of a portal, let's call it this way, that gives the energy to come through from past lives and from particular if you've lived for more than like once or twice and whatever. If you don't believe this, then just skip the message, it doesn't matter. But like personally, I'm a very old soul. I'm not gonna lie, okay? And there is a super strong soulmate energy coming through. Not just even like soulmate, like literally like a past lover energy. And it's crazy. It's really crazy. And I don't know, maybe this resonates with somebody, like this message as a whole, but I don't think it's general. It feels so deeply personal. And yeah, the meaning of the song is literally like the what was the meaning in the animated movie? It was about like nostalgic feeling. It was like when she could not remember who she was or like what she dealt with. And this is literally like the case at first. Okay, especially with like the Saturn returns, let's call them this way. And especially with the Saturn return, what that is, astrologically, Saturn return means that you reconnect with the karmic past energies. You work through the karma in the past. But if you are an old soul, this will come up like a whole resonance on a whole new level. It will come through like a um it will come through like what was it called? Past life regression. You will have like a full-blown past life regression if you're like highly spiritual, if you're an old soul. Old soul meaning mm, I don't really succumb to the uh god to the meanings of like neo spirituality or like new stuff. And I personally, I don't learn anything. I have this knowledge within me. I receive the downloads. I haven't like studied things. I'm a scholar in a way that I'm a sage. I'm the keeper of the information. I receive the downloads, I keep them. Sometimes, rarely, I share them. But this thing, past life regressions, literally like Um, First of all, if a person who's highly spiritual receives it, they might feel delulu when they first get in touch with this information, because it's so intense. It can be really intense, and I saw 5 on the timer as I looked on the screen. It's a confirmation. 5 is like a little bit of a change number, tower number, unpredictability. And this is the thing, like, you are never ready. You're never ready, especially on the low vibration of this earth. You're never ready for these things. You're never ready to succumb to these things. You're never ready. It's like a tower moment. That's why it's called this way. And especially if you're highly spiritual, if you're inclined to this point, inclined meaning that your soul has been reborn from past as a spiritual being, like you are a spiritual being. If you were before, your soul doesn't change in that sense. Although there are some, of course, there are some difficulties, changes, and trials and tribulations, and sometimes you can like there are different things, like different types, and like I've seen these things in like dreams and stuff. Like I've seen like a person, for example, falling from grace, like completely, like, you know, crumbling. Like it was like a massive tower moment, like literally like down to hell. Like but uh these things are like these rare moments. Yes, they can happen, and it does not guarantee having a like a good soul, does not, you know, a strong soul does not guarantee you will keep on with this strength, you will keep on with these abilities and everything, all the good, you know, juju for your whole life, because you might literally just lose it in a click if you succumb to bad energies, if you succumb to the so-called dark energies. Even though, speaking of darkness, darkness is not really like, you know, as a whole it's not bad at all, because like there's a light, there's a shadow, as above so below, right? And uh yes, literally, what I wanted to say is that the shadow aspect, it's very necessary. um there's not only light, there's also the shadow. It's like the literal common notion, but the shadow is good too. There's a goodness in shadow. It's not something to be like put aside. But in the shadow, same as in the light, are the bad energies. It's not that when there's a bad energy in the light that it's the shadow. It's not this way. This notion is not right, because shadow, the darkness, can contain the good, same as light can contain the good. Okay, you follow me? And like then the light can contain the bad, and the darkness can contain the bad. And the bad meaning like really trashy energies, like trash. So there can be light trash and dark trash. So when somebody gets consumed, not gets consumed, they don't just get consumed, right? They tap in first into the trash energies, and then they just follow through because it starts to pull them. It starts to pull them along. Not along, it's consuming. Then it starts to slowly consume them, and when they succumb to these trash energies, they can fall from grace, they can lose their abilities, their strength. And yes, that's about the past regression in these things, and keeping up with your abilities, learning your abilities, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, doing the light shadow aspect work. And I'm speaking about this right now because these things are connected. They're connected to past life regression, to these things. And I want to say that if you've had your Saturn return, or just with the Saturn in Pisces going to Pisces, if you even don't really like to succumb to astrology, I don't know. But if you've had this feeling that you are receiving the downloads from your soul, like you're getting in touch, this is not really like a download, you're getting in touch with your soul's mission, soul's purpose. It can be very different. If you're getting in touch with yourself, um, from your past, you're getting glimpses of your past lives, or had a weird dream or dreams, or had a weird feeling that you are not really like sometimes that you are not really just the person that you assume you are here and now, that you've seen yourself as somebody else. And I want to say that you're not going Delulu. These things are like different, like from going, I don't know, schizo or something like that. Even though I want to say that frequently, why do people go schizo? Because these, and I mean seriously, just gonna go ahead and say it, these the dark energies, the trash energies are just consuming the person from within, and they're playing with their toying with their psyche. Their psyche cannot handle the truth, and they go wild and crazy and starts, literally like being very twisted, getting twisted, because it messes with the third eye. It messes with the psyche itself as a whole. It messes with the being. And then whatever you think is twisted, whatever you see is twisted. And yes, sorry, I just got distracted by a loud sound outside. Um, yes, going back to the psyche getting twisted. Um, this is literally like what happens on an energetic level. And that's why some are trying to implement like the work of the body with the work with the soul. They have to be intertwined. You can't just like ignore the metaphysical reality and just focus on the physical solely. Um, and yes, that's how it works. People just go delulu in that sense. From metaphysical perspective, this is how it happens. And these things are intertwined. It's not like they are separate. They're like intertwined. Um, and they flow like the, number eight. They flow. This is why you constant, like, this is why the work on self, the work on psyche, the work on energy has to be constant, because it's a flow. It doesn't mean that the awakening is constant. Don't get me wrong. There's a mountain peak that's called awakening, but like the energy work is a constant. It's like just flows and flows, and you add um, purification of the energy, then you get trashed again, then you add purification, then you're trashed again. These things. Especially if you have felt these things in your life, or you have experienced these things, then you know what I'm talking about, or you've actually at least have gotten like a glimpse, a tiny glimpse of these things in your life. Now you know what it might be. Why you feel so drained after certain people. Why you feel so drained after certain places. Like sometimes you walk into a place and you're like, whoa, like no, no, no. Like, sometimes people literally say like, the vibe is bad, or like the juju's bad. And the vibe is literally like the energy, the field of the place. Sometimes it's based on people containing the place, or just some energies contaminating. And yes. I'm gonna actually go ahead and comment on, for example, something I've cosplayed from, like Jujutsu Kaisen. The author, I mean, he's a Pisces, right? And Pisces, especially strong Pisces placements, doesn't matter if it's um, Pisces Sun. If a person has strong, maybe Pluto also presence in the chart, like Scorpionic energies or like Pisces. I'm just calling them these titles in astrology because it explains it a bit better, more profoundly, because you can also find descriptions on in Google and understand the meaning behind it more easy, other than if I just will, mention it in some other way. Um, that was very abstract. Anyways, speaking of Piscean energies, he probably really, I mean, Japanese have Shinto, animism, and it's very much connected to energies and spirits and all these things. And like some people ignore the whole plot of the series, that it's portraying portraying the actual, of course, exaggerated, and things like that don't really happen in life. We don't observe them this way. I mean, we unfortunately we can't really like uh, see these things in life. We just feel them. Sometimes we can see them though, and that's already another topic, and I will not go into it right now. But um I mean, it's based on the reality, like the energy, the bad juju, um, um, the spirits, the malicious spirits, the good energy. Also, the funny analogy of the uh, purple hollow. I would like to go also to Genshin, the creators of which are quite genius, if I might say so, because they have probably read so much about spirituality, religions, different cultures, and they've implemented these things and in mythos even into the game, and it's crazy. The lore is crazy, and for example, what Raiden Shogun says, or or Baal, in the game, about eternity, and I'm gonna connect it to the hollow purple because I mean, purple color of Sahasrara, the highest chakra that's connected to the energetic field of like the infinite, the universe. Um, it's literally like that's the explanation, like it exists in spiritual connotations, and yeah, um just to add, like I'm not like spectating or just making fun of these things or just, speaking out of my ass. These things exist. Just that in series they are exaggerated and everything, and changed also. Like the narratives can be changed, etc. However, it appeals to the author, of course, and like yeah, um, that's that. So it was a daily dose of, I don't know, spirituality and everything or whatever. I started the message completely differently, but these things are connected. So to explain the energy and stuff, and something I've wanted to actually mention for quite a long time. Yeah, I will leave it as that. And um I really got far away from the main message. Maybe the main message resonates with somebody, but my main point was also like a big side note was to add this information about spirituality, energies, and how it works. Um, yes, that's all. I hope if you listened till the end, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helped you somehow. Maybe, I don't know, clarity eye-opening, or like, oh, now I understand, or I don't know, or you are just in general super terrified right now. But in any case, yeah, have a good evening, or night, or morning, or day. So yeah, bye.